Hey everyone, I have an idea and I think it's cool, but you can let me know if you think it's cool and we'll keep doing it. But I think it's cool and I think I want to do this. So I really love tarot and oracle and angel cards and quote cards. I have a whole shelf. This bottom shelf here is full of those kinds of cards and action figures like there's a Princess Leia and a Sekhmet and a Bastet on there. It's very eclectic. But I love cards and I love the wisdom and the guidance that comes through for you when you pull a card. And in a lot of study groups where A Course in Miracles that I've been in, there's a section where they have cards with A Course in Miracles quotes and principles on them, and we'll pull that. And I haven't had the cards, but I've opened my book and just read whatever lesson or sentence it landed on. Well, let me tell you about my wild Friday night. I got my hands on the cards. I have 3 decks of A Course in Miracles cards. And I think we should pull one every day and see what information we can glean from it for the modern miracle worker. What do you think? I think so. I think it's a great idea. So that's what we're going to do. I have 3 decks because I couldn't just get one, right? I don't know. Which one do we want to do? Let's tap in and see. I'm thinking Wisdom from A Course in Miracles. Sounds like that is a good bet. Let's do that one. Okay, here's the cards. There's a lot of them. Wisdom from A Course in Miracles from the miraclecenter.org. The Miracle Distribution Center. And they're tiny. That's good because I have tiny hands. That makes it easier to shuffle. I spent a lot of time in Las Vegas, but I wasn't shuffling cards. I was at a show. I was at the shows in Las Vegas. Fun times. What do we as modern miracle workers need to know to be most helpful, most effective today? What would be the most helpful piece of information for us today? And I'm just gonna, when I feel it, I'm just gonna grab one. It's this one. Okay, it's this one. Be certain any answer to a problem the Holy Spirit solves will always be one in which no one loses. Very nice. It's from the text, chapter 25. Be certain any answer to a problem the Holy Spirit solves will always be one in which no one loses. So what does that mean? That when we tap into love, when we tap into that place of higher wisdom, when we are asked to be lifted above the chaos and drama and circumstance of the world, that we are lifted to a place where real clarity, real sight, real vision, and wisdom and understanding and miracles live. And that the Holy Spirit knows how all of these factors are going to play out for everybody involved in a situation. So no one can lose because there's really only one of us here. The Course says whoever's saner at the time can work the miracle because the power of your mind, the power to choose, there's really only one of us here. So whoever is in their right mind and asking for that wisdom and asking to be realigned with the mind of God is going to get the answer that the entire sonship, all of us as one, need to move us forward into that place of higher understanding and clarity and wisdom. Be certain any answer to a problem the Holy Spirit solves will always be one in which no one loses. Here's another way to interpret this. If you're not allowing the Holy Spirit to solve a quote-unquote problem for you, then you're likely aligning with the voice of the ego, which is the voice of projection and lovelessness and meaninglessness, the ultimate unloving guide. So the Holy Spirit solving a problem will always be the answer in which no one loses. But the ego solving the problem will always pit you against another person, and it's ultimately out for your pain and suffering. It's not going to give you a real answer. It can't. It doesn't know. So that's why we go to God and let God be a part of our decision making, the Holy Spirit, because the Holy Spirit knows what is best for everyone involved. You want to be sophisticated, you want to be brilliant, you want to be graceful, you want to be wise. Let God do all of that for you. I take the second place to gain the first. I step back and ask God, to the Holy Spirit, to guide my thinking, to help me to see things differently, and then I can. Any problem can be solved. Talking about the ego probably caused the problem. So the ego is not going to be the voice that's going to give you a solution. The ego's ultimate goal is to keep you stuck in the past or worried about the future, never going to God, going to the Holy Spirit in the present moment for a real solution. So the ego's solution is always going to be more guilt, more pain, more judgment, more and more of the same old, more of the same problem. It's not going to give you a real answer. And it's going to make someone else guilty and make it to where it's a competition, like you win and you're innocent and you're a victim and they did something to you. Go to God instead. Direct vertical correction. No one loses when you invite God into the conversation. This is fun. I love this. Let's do it tomorrow.